So yeah, this is our first encounter with the upgrading system. No more speed cards! And yeah, the very first thing we're gonna do is hook up our nitrous. I was wondering, you know, like what upgrades are gonna be unlocked later. It's like a mix of either like one big ass tank, like 15-pound tank, or like 3 smaller ones with 5 pounds each.
Seem like a hot hand.
Once again, upgrade performance rating 100 all the way up to 399. So yeah, I was just checking out like what upgrade increases my rating the most. All of these performance upgrades increase my overall rating in the right upper corner. But yeah, I was curious about like different tires and stuff. We're gonna get into that in more detail later on, but basically you want to pick the tires depending on what you want to do. Do you want to drive off-road, on-road, do you want to drift, or do you want to have grip? Those are gonna be your four things to choose from. But yeah, it actually does feel like building a car, you know, you pick every single part and decide what you want to do with your car. As far as I know, there's no cars are gonna be limited to any performance rating. You can put 8 speeds into every car. That gearbox is available for every car. So, and there are like the different perks you can put on your car. Some of them are passive, some of them are active, you know, like a cop scan interrupter and stuff like that. You can look at that later and read through the details, but there's a whole bunch of different things. We're gonna look at it later again. But yeah, you have an insane amount of customization of how you want to build your car and what it's supposed to be good for. I really do like the customization aspect, not just visually, but also what is that car supposed to do. And yeah, I just went with the exhaust upgrade. So I do have 45k now, so I was thinking, yeah, let's get some more performance upgrades in because I want to stay competitive for the hard difficulty. So I was one of the people that just went for performance parts in the beginning. Take a look on the right hand side. You can see off-road, drift, road and race. Depending on your tire choice, it's gonna optimize your car. Road tires are gonna accelerate and grip fast on the road obviously, while off-road does the opposite. And the same for race or drifting. Race means you're not gonna drift around corners, you're gonna have a grip handling, while drift is the opposite. So yeah, I went for some nice road tires, straight down the middle. You can get better cooling, we already had the exhaust earlier. ECU upgrade, get a better crankshaft going.
Take a look, see if there's any you like.
So those are the engine swaps here. You can see the maximum amount at the bottom. You can see what is possible if you fully upgrade it. It shows you the horsepower of the maximum upgrades. And 3 types of turbos. A turbocharger, a big one, that's good for high end. Dual turbocharger, that covers the entire RPM. Range, and... come on, show it off already, there. Is good for a low RPM boost. But yeah, I went for the middle one. I went for the dual turbocharger to cover the entire RPM range. Alright, so they gave us $1 million to play around, and I got a BMW i8. So I was checking out the engine swaps. There was an engine swap available, but it was the engine that I already had. Everything else was locked behind the rep level, which I haven't had yet. But I was able to upgrade from Pro to Super parts, and I did. I wanted to get the maximum performance out of this i8. So yeah, just boosting my car's power and acceleration here. Once again, going with the dual turbocharger for low and high RPM. Those are the auxiliary things, where I have a button now that immediately refills my nitrous, which is a one shot. You can do that one time for every time you're outside of the garage. It does not refill. You can get NOS for oncoming, you can increase the duration, you can increase the power of the nitrous, you can get nitrous for near misses, and you can have reinflatable tires in case you run over a spike. And that is, you know, depending on what you want to equip. The customization is fantastic, I love it. I know a lot of people love their visual customization. I love this. I love tuning my car performance-wise to do a certain job. So let's check for some performance parts. You can upgrade at the tune-up shop as well, if you don't want to go to the garage, which is cool. This is gonna be the best game out of Ghost. Best customization, best handling, best story, best graphics too. To be honest, I think they just maxed out everything that they can do in this game. I think every car can be engine swapped. And performance customization. That was actually the first thing I checked out was the engine swaps down there. And I did. Put in a 1.6 Wankel engine. And then put upgrades on it. So yeah, I'm gonna super upgrade the car. I think I went with a dual turbo as well. I really like the balance. I think I tested out like I tested out the big 6 pound bottle instead of 2 3 pound bottles this time. Oh, actually I think on this one I have a balance built and it didn't drift. Mostly because it's a front wheel drive. There was a difference there. I tried to make this car drift, but it didn't work. Like I have the track differential in the drift tires. Yeah, we did engine swap it off. Okay, that is where I was playing around with the setup because my car was unable to drift. I actually wanted to make this car able to drift, but it wasn't. So I was playing around with the tuning between drift and race again. But since the car is front wheel drive, the medium setting between drift and race actually does not make the car drift. So I tuned it more towards drifting so I can actually drift the Golf in the first place. So I went with the showcase differential. It makes a lot of sense if you think about it, that a front wheel drive car has a harder time drifting than a rear wheel drive. So live tuning is back.
What happened to...
Yeah, they fixed the FPS. Like, if you remember the laggy version from Gamescom, that doesn't exist anymore. As I told you, they're not gonna bring out the laggy version. Yeah, this was played on PlayStation 4 Pro, and it looks very good for that. Everyone else LS swap, rotary swap. Oh yeah, this is the first off-road race, because I also wanted to test out. This is a pure road build. How slow is a road build on off-road? The answer, very slow. So neither, like if your car is not built for the occasion, you cannot win. Like if you bring a road car onto a dirt track, you're gonna be slow as fuck. Peace out. Push your win. Okay, let's upgrade it. So it already comes with a turbocharger, so I think I didn't change it. I think I kept the regular turbocharger in for comparison. And I lied. Still got my twin turbos in. And I went back to double 3 pounds because I didn't like the 1 6 pounder. You can see the car getting lower with the track suspension. Porsche by Turbo Pog. Since I enjoyed, you know, racing on the track the most, I just made another race car. Also, this is a lot more powerful than my last car. This is gonna be the fastest car I built in my entire playthrough. That Harry Potter symbol in the right lower corner, that is a nitrous refill. It's basically your one-time usable ability. You can have a loadout, so you can choose either passive or an active ability. I choose the active ability of refilling all of your NOS bottles one time. Yeah, the way the NOS works, you have to fully fill up the bottle and you can only fully use the bottle as well. So it always burns the full bottle once it's fully filled. The steering is good. It feels very controllable. Even smooth at times. Where the car does exactly what I want it to do. That's all I want from a handling model. As long as the car does what I tell it to do, I'm happy. One thing that I noticed at the end of the event, I was carrying a performance part. Oh yeah, and then I was curious, like, okay,
You seem like a hot
what did I
hand.
just unlock?
Don't screw this up.
And yeah, I basically unlocked the Super Plus parts on my car. So I gave it another upgrade. So after I put those upgrades on the car, more racing.
Hey, check it out. I can stream the news on my phone.